Okay, Torah concept New Testament, take heed to yourselves. Okay, so Yeshua repeatedly commands his disciples to take heed to yourself in Mark 13, Luke 17, chapter 21, and Acts chapter 20, to watch over themselves with diligence, guarding their hearts, conduct, and spiritual alertness. So the Torah contains foundational commands calling Israel to self-awareness, inner attentiveness, and covenantal self-guarding. Okay, so the Torah parallels. 1, Deuteronomy 4, take heed to yourselves and keep your souls diligently. The clearest Torah parallel commanding personal vigilance so the covenant is not forgotten. 2, Deuteronomy chapter 4, Israel must take good heed to themselves to avoid corruption and idolatry. 3, Deuteronomy 11, take heed to yourselves lest the heart be deceived and turn aside. Self-watchfulness protects against spiritual drift. 4, Deuteronomy 12, Israel must take heed not to worship improperly or neglect the Levites. Vigilance preserves the covenant order. And 5, Deuteronomy 6, Israel must beware lest they forget the Lord in times of abundance. Self-watchfulness prevents spiritual complacency. 6, Exodus 19, boundaries around Sinai teach Israel to guard themselves in the presence of God. 7, Numbers 23, and Deuteronomy 23. Israel must maintain purity in the camp because God walks among them. Self-guarding is tied to divine presence. 8, Deuteronomy 17, the king must read the Torah daily so that his heart does not lift up. Self-watchfulness is required even for leaders, paralleling Acts chapter 20, verse 28. So the context here is that Yeshua's repeated command to take heed to yourselves stands firmly within the Torah's covenant logic. The people of God must guard their inner life, their memory of God, their conduct, and their susceptibility to deception. The Torah consistently warns that danger begins not with external threats, but with an unguarded heart. Yeshua intensifies this theme by applying it to persecution, relational conflict, spiritual dullness, and leadership responsibility. In both the Torah and the Gospel, self-watchfulness is the first line of covenant faithfulness. The core insight here is that the Torah teaches that vigilance over one's own heart is essential to remaining faithful to God. And Yeshua reaffirms this as a central discipline of discipleship. Take heed to yourselves is a call to inner alertness, guarding against forgetfulness, deception, and spiritual drift so that God's people remain steady, awake, and aligned with his purpose. Again, this is how Yeshua taught Torah in the New Testament. The Torah has not passed away.